Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are with our first interviewee for today. We are with attorney.
I'm Attorney Chan De Vera Aquino. I'm the Deputy Administrator for the Business and Investment Group of the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority.
So now let's get into the first question. SBMA has been one of the economic drivers of the Subic Bay Freeport Zone. And how does SBMA attract investments that contribute to economic growth and employment in the area?
The Freeport Zone remains competitive by maintaining seaport and airport facilities, promoting digitalization of business processes, and constantly improving utilities and logistics connectivity. These efforts help stimulate local economic activity and of course it creates employment opportunities, both directly within locator companies and industry through support industries and services. In macroeconomic terms, our goal aligns with promoting sustained economic growth and full employment, which are key objectives of national development. And this demonstrates how SBMA's investment promotion drive the macroeconomic goals of growth and employment by creating a conducive investment and generating jobs. SBMA effectively strengthens the region's productive capacity and support national output.
Thank you so much po for that valuable insights po. And thank you for your time din po, attorney. Malaking tulong po siya sa aming mga estudyante, lalo na po sa economics ng ating bansa.
And also thank you for giving us the chance to air how SBMA is operating and how we are driving so hard to help in the economic growth of our nation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much po. Thank you po.
Our next interviewee is Ms. Claire Ann Provido, a fresh graduate of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Financial Management from Gordon College. She will share how the lessons from economics continue to shape her understanding of financial decisions in the real world. Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Ayan. Our first question, ma'am. As a financial management graduate, how do you apply the economic concepts you learned, such as scarcity and opportunity cost, in your personal or professional decisions?
Okay, so actually, financial management is one of the applications of economic concepts and theories. So we study trends and theories, and then we use financial tools to maximize them. So personally, as a finance graduate, we were taught how to portion our money. So that's the basics in finance. And then on my personal life, of course, I know my needs and wants. And then we apply those concepts, like for example, 70-30, 50-30-20, what portion comes to our savings, to my needs and wants. So for example, I am scarce of money. Yung wants ko, it will be set aside muna. And then most of my income will go to my savings, emergency fund, and of course, my needs. And when we say scarcity kasi, it's not just about the supply or whatever tangible things that I have, but also, we can also feel the scarcity through time, through our labor, or yung mga ginagawa natin sa buhay. So, ayun din, aside from my needs, for example, I have a lifestyle to live din kasi. So, I love going out, pumunta kung saan-saan. But of course, when I don't have or I am scarce of money or time, I switch hobbies. So, instead of going out, coffee, shop hopping, whatever, I switch to running, walking, yung mas makakapag-benefit sa akin, which is doon din pumapasok si opportunity cost. When we say opportunity cost kasi, It's choosing or finding the second best or alternative sa mga ginagawa natin sa life. So, on a personal level, doon ko siya ina-apply. And then, professionally, kasi in my work, when I am mostly, ang scars kasi sa akin is yung time.
Mhm.
So, I don't have that much time for myself na kasi I have a lot of things to do after shoots and then meron pang mga gagawin, edits and everything. So, professionally, instead, ako kasi sabi ko kanina, I like going out. So, there are times din kasi na mas productive tayo kapag nasa labas. Feeling natin kapag nasa coffee shop, mas gumagana yung creative mind or whatever man na ginagawa natin. So, when I am scarce of time and money, I don't go to the lengths pa na lalabas pa ng bahay, magko-commute, the expenses na kailangan ko just to stay at a coffee shop. So, kapag nandun na ako sa point na ulit na ganun, professionally, sacrifice ulit or another opportunity cost, stay at home na lang, dun ko na lang gagawin the whole time para yung time na mako-consume ko to go out, mas malalaan ko siya sa work. So, basically, ganun ko pa lang siya na-apply when it comes to scarcity and opportunity cost in my personal and professional life.
Okay, ma'am, great point. By that being said, ma'am, economics teaches us its importance to understand global affairs, to understand society, and to be informed voters. As a fresh graduate po, how do you apply these three in your daily life or when making decisions about your future?
Okay, so we will talk about the global affairs, the society, and as an informed voter. In relation to economics, firstly kasi, it is one of the basics or if not, hindi lang bilang financial management, but kahit sino, kailangan kasi we have a strong foundation of knowledge in the economics. Although, not all of us have the same interest or level of kung ano yung gusto nating malaman about economics. But at least, let's have the foundation of it, yung basic knowledge. Kasi nga, first, kahit sabihin natin global affairs, hindi man tayo yung nandoon sa bansang yun, for example, but still, magiging affected kasi tayo dyan. Lalo na when it comes to supplies and everything na kailangan naman natin sa pang-araw-araw. Then society and as an informed voter kasi when you don't understand how economy works, hindi mo kasi malalaman or masusuri kung sino yung mga tao na dapat nandun sa posisyon na nagpapagalaw, na nagpapalakad ng ekonomiya natin. So, yun yung importance ng knowledge sa economics as an informed voter, citizen in the society, and as a person na belong dito para yung sa global affairs as well, aware tayo. Kasi kung hindi, just because nasa isip natin na hindi tayo affected, pero hindi natin namamalayan, like for example, fluctuations of prices, price hikes, inflation, yun nga, scarcity and everything, mamaya, masyado tayo complacent sa life natin, hindi natin alam na kulang na pala, naghihikaos na pala yung economy. And kung patuloy tayong magiging ganon, and voting will be the same pa rin. Parang hindi na, parang nonsense lang din yung pagiging, voter or citizen natin kung wala tayong basic knowledge in economics. So, it's really important to, study it.
I agree. But we want to hear your opinion naman po. In your opinion, ma'am, what kind of economic system best supports new graduates like you in finding opportunities or building a career?
Okay, so in my perspective as a fresh graduate, I think it's better to have the mixed economy first because we have the support from the government. Although market economy is also okay naman kasi mas malawak, mas may freedom when it comes to economy and opportunities. But at the same time kasi kapag sa mixed economy tayo, we have the support from the government and we just have a higher chance ng employment. Kasi when it comes to market, they will set their own standards and everything. Hindi natin alam baka pagkaitan tayo ay first job, first fresh graduate, wala kang experience. But when we have kasi the government, they have programs for freshies, like for example, hindi, kahit hindi sa freshies, but the job openings and everything and support. Like for example, then yung kapag first time job seeker ka, yung mga requirements, libre siya. So, hindi siya maliit na bagay, but malaki rin. So, isa yun sa mga support na nabibigay ng government natin when it comes to fresh graduates seeking for opportunities and building careers.
Okay, ma'am. I love that opinion, ma'am. But how do you think economics can help young professionals like you contribute to economic growth and stability in our country?
Okay. So, when it comes to economic growth and stability for us na young professionals, first of all, once we are employed, we will be paying taxes na.
Yeah.
Right? So, those taxes, hopefully, napupunta sa tama.
Yeah.
No? And at the same time kasi, yung mga yon sa atin din naman, yung balik. And at the same time, when it comes to growth, economic growth, of course, kapag once the freshies have employment na, yung unemployment rate ng bansa natin, of course, bumababa, ganun din sa kahirapan and everything. And aside from that, kapag we are fresh graduates na and then we have jobs and everything, kukuha na or mas masusustain na natin yung needs and wants natin on our own. Alam mo yon, hindi na tayo yung basta asa. Kasi kahit yung mga ganun simpleng bagay na akala natin wala lang.
Yeah.
Malaki rin yung impact niya sa society natin. So, ayun, aside from that, at the end of the day, of course, hindi lang sa mga tangible things, but also the knowledge that we have na mas magkakaroon na rin ng voice yung mga sabihin natin, hindi naman sa yung mga hindi pa nakapagtapos, but mas magkakaroon na ng experience in the real world. So, they can also influence or advocate for what economy or ano yung importance ng economics sa buhay ng isang tao. Kahit sa simpleng mamamayan lang.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. That would be all. And it's inspiring to see how fresh graduate sees the economics beyond the classroom. Congratulations. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
As a small business owner po, paano po kayo nagde-decide kung anong product or service yung i-offer niyo?
Paano kami nagde-decide? Ito na kasi talaga yon, original yun na to, na yan lang yung yung pinaka-menu namin. Yung mami, tinapay, itlog, hot drinks, mga drinks. Yun talagang na yan, legend na talaga yan. Walang ibang pwedeng idagdag po, yan lang. Yan lang siya, as in, yan na siya.
Sa naman po, sa mga resources nyo, or sa mga materials, pag karoon po kayo ng scarcity or kakulangan sa resources, paano nyo po pinag-iisipan yung production or yung pricing po? Naapektuhan po ba?
Oo, pag tumaas yung mga recipe, mga ginagamit, magtataas kami. Mag-increase kami ng pricing.
And for the final question na, sa opinion nyo po, gaano ka-importante yung pag-iintindi sa basic economics sa pagmamanage ng business nyo para maging successful?
Sipag lang araw-araw. Araw-araw tinda. Araw-araw, wala, maghapon yan, tinda para makakaipon. Pakonti-konting bili ng supply, tapos gulong-gulong lang.
May strategy po ba kayo kung paano nyo pinapanatili yung ganun?
Ano lang? Yan. Ganyan. Ganito yan. Pag maraming tinapay, maraming itlog, hindi pa muna kami o-order. Siyempre, naman na yan. Pag isang tray na lang, kahit 2 tray, doon pa lang kami bibili para yung naiipon na benta, naiipon na pera, andun lang. Hindi siya magagalaw, madadagdagan siya. Kasi yung tubo mo, nandun na. tubo mo ng pinagbentahan, andun na, iikot lang yung yung tubo mo, na itabi mo na, yung sales mo, eto lang. Hanggang sa madadagdagan. Hanggang sa lumaki, kakaipon, di tayo nawawalan, meron at meron.